What is up, everyone? It's me, Hand from Above, joined with my lovely co-host, per normal. It should have been Nan and you this week, but I guess he's got storms, and more storms going on. So
Man, it's a lot of storms.
he's got a lot of storms going on, and not the good kind.
No. I thought, when you first said that, I was like, wait, there's a storm deck in Standard? And then I read the rest of what you said. That was about him having storms.
Yes,
So I get it now.
yes. So yes, he has some storms going on. So he is not with us, but I'm sure he's thinking about us. So other than that, we have some different decks this week. We have one that was, or you might have seen Kibler streaming, and he is definitely a proponent of said deck, saying it is positioned right for the switchover.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I get to play it. I haven't played it today, and honestly have not lost the series, except for the one where I got savagely mana screwed in both games, so that was no good.
Well, I mean, I did actually play your deck, or that I played a version of that deck, and it's good.
Yeah.
So
Well, you want to just get into deck checks then?
sure will, bud. All right, so let me load up my hand. And I always pull up the preview pane for you guys to see a bigger version of said card. So, preview pane. Alright, so, with all the enchantment out there nowadays, this deck decided that it wants to run 3 Keening Apparitions, which, all in all, a 2-2 for 2 is not a bad card, and then when you can sack it and destroy target enchantment.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad if they have no enchantments, but it's quite good if they do. Like, if they've got a particular enchantment you just need to kill.
Yep.
It's like, alright, here's a mini threat, plus kills your guy. So
It's pretty okay.
yeah, it's not bad.
And then they are running 3 Mizium Mortars. A great coverall. I mean, it kills Courser. It kills a lot of stuff. Stormbat Dragon.
Pretty much everything.
Yep, except for Polychronos, really.
Yeah, but I'm not running Polychronos. It doesn't kill Doomwake Giant.
No. No, it doesn't.
Gotta watch out.
4 copies of Sylvan Carotid. Need that mana ramp, and this is probably the best mana ramp in the format right now, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Corsair Carotid deck. That's what the deck is built on. It's like, hey, these 2 cards in conjunction are very good. Let's see what else we can do.
Yep. 3 Voyaging Satyrs.
Carries 5 through 7.
Yes. And 2 Selesnya Charms. I actually like seeing Selesnya Charm coming back here. It's one of my favorite charms, honestly.
It's really good. I think it's second or third. It's certainly not as good as Golgari Charm.
No, Golgari Charm's probably the first. Boros Charm, probably second. Selesnya's probably third.
I don't know. I mean, Boros Charm really only has one mode that's really all that relevant. I think Selesnya Charm is probably better than Boros Charm.
Well, I like it because, well, yeah, I guess you could probably put it second then, because it throws a target creature 2/2 and trample.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's potentially out of burn zone or kill zone, and well, it gives you the added bonus of trample.
Yeah, I just really like that. In the early game, if you just need a creature, it can be a creature and one with flash. And in the late game, if they've got a Polychronos that their monsters thing, you can just exile it.
Yep.
That to me is really good.
Nope, I completely agree. Or they having a Johnny on the field and dumping tokens on,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so, alright, so back to the 3 drops. 4 Coursers of Krufix, that's my only 3 drop.
It's pretty good.
It's a good card. 1 Chandra Pyromancer, 3 Polychronos, and 3 Xenagos the Reveler. Interesting mix. Xenagos the Reveler, seeing more and more play. Still a cheap Planeswalker, and I'm on my 4th set now.
Get as many as you can.
Yes.
That's Brandon's pick for a card that will go the most in value. Actually, it's probably Ashiok. I feel like Ashiok's going to be a little more than Xenagos, but Xenagos is like right there.
Yeah.
So good.
4 Stormbreath Dragon, because he's always kind of good.
Yep.
Enough said.
Yeah, card's strong.
Haste, Flying, Pro White.
With a good, like, a relevant monstrous ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stats aren't insane. Like, a full 4 isn't amazing for 5, but, like,
No.
what you get extra is just really good.
Yep. 3 Ajani, Mentor of Heroes. Ajani's trying to find a home. I kind of feel like it's a Naya because you could play bigger stuff at Naya, like Stormbrat, stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bigger
It
stuff
might be
like
like
Polychronos.
Conjunct. It's like green white X midrange just isn't a hugely popular
Yeah.
color combination, so
And then, of course, you got your Elizabeth, 2 of Elizabeth there. So, sideboard wise, I'm kind of digging the sideboard here, the way they have it set up. So, let me slide in the sideboard here. 1 Deicide, enough said. It covers pretty much any enchantment out there, and if it's a god, have fun. Fiendslayer Paladin. I like that pick, honestly. As a 3-drop, Fiendslayer's pretty good. Especially if you're running against a mono or a black X deck.
yeah, like a black removal deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 more Elizabeth if you need another threat. Why not? 2 Magma Sprays. They're starting to see a little bit of play because there's a lot of creatures that deal or something in 2. Say Chandra's Phoenix or something like that.
Yeah.
It goes away and it's exiled, so they can't just get it back. Anger of Gods, great, phenomenal removal. Mistcutter Hydra, because if you're playing against any blue-white X or mono blue, as you saw win the tournament this week at Star City, Mistcutter kind of good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It has protection from that color.
Yeah. And then 3 Unflinching Courages. I actually love this card.
Yeah, it's certainly got its place. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know where it is. First burn or something. I don't know.
It's against aggro burn.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Just like being able to attack with your guy and kind of race them, just because he's got lifelink is really good.
Yep, and I forgot to go over with the mana, so let me do that really quick. He's running 3 basic forests, 2 basic mountains, 4 sacred foundries, 4 stomping grounds, 4 temple gardens, 4 temple of abandon, and 4 temple of plenty. So really, it's just a lot of 4s.
Yeah.
Not a big
Pretty
problem.
standard for mana bases right now.
Yeah. Lots of shock yourself, do yourself damage, and then go for it. So.
It's practically like playing modern, but not really
Not really.
at all.
So that is that. Let's go on to your deck.
Yeah, so this is another Courser Carried deck. Honestly, since this card came out, Courser, I've played it, and I played it with Carried, and it's been really good. But this one is kind of more excited about Courser being an enchantment than most decks, as it is a Constellation deck. So this is the deck that Braun-Duin and Brian Kibler have been really big fans of lately. So BBD pretty much, I think it was like his brew that he brought to an open and did, like top 64 with it, and then Kibler picked it up, really liked it. He's been streaming with it. He's got some videos up on Star City. If you want to see some more with a better player, that is a good place to go get it. But like, I just copied the list here, so let's just go through it. He's running 4 Brain Maggots. It's just a 2-drop creature that does something relevant. It's also an enchantment, which is really nice. Again, the 4/7 carried is with the ramp. 2 Rub Decays. These have been, in my games so far, they've been less exciting than I thought they would be, like in my Jund deck or like a green-black mid-range deck. I like the Abrupt Decays a lot more. They haven't been bad, but they haven't been as great. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you're about playing creatures and then having some removal.
Yeah, it's like a 20 creature deck as opposed to a 14 creature, so
yeah,
that's certainly a difference. We're still playing Heroes Downfall. The card's insane. Kills planeswalkers and creatures, don't you know? Also, 2 Banishing Lights, just that answer all. I kind of might want to go like 3 Banishing Light, 2 Downfall, just because Banishing Light's an enchantment, but like I thought that before, but now that I've played with the deck, I just really like the instant speed of Heroes Downfall. Also running 3 underworld connections, and then the 4 coursers, just the kind of like the extra 3 drops that get you value. And again, they're enchantments. They hit Constellation for you.
Okay.
Also running, so in the actual good Constellation cards here, Eidolon Blossoms and Doomwing Giant. Eidolon obviously just draws you a bunch of cards. Doomwing Giant is surprisingly good, especially in multiples. So if you've got 2 Doomwing Giants out and you play Mana Bloom, all your opponents' stuff gets -2/-2. If you have, 2 Doom Giants, you go Courser, Mana Bloom, all of them get -6/-6, which kills almost anything in the format. So it's really powerful. It gets much better in doubles, because you just get extra Constellation triggers.
Yeah.
And it's a snowball kind of card with Mana Bloom, like both Eidolon and Doomwing Giant are similar. I found that once I get to the point where I've got like an Eidolon plus 2 Doomwigs and 1 or 2 or 3 Mana Blooms even, I can't lose. You draw so many cards and you kill all your opponent's stuff, and there's no real question about it.
No, it's a good engine. Card draw engine is pretty awesome.
Yep. You pair that with Courser, Cryphix, and Underworld connections, you're drawing way more cards than you need, but that's a good thing.
Honestly, the only difference I like personally is I like Archangel instead of Elizabeth here.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I think
I tried it just because of the Courser mix.
Sure.
It's pretty relevant, and it just kind of makes your stuff bigger, so they have to deal with it. So.
I don't know. I really like Elspeth. I think just the fact that it's an answer to Blood Baron is pretty good. Because
I get you.
That's actually the only answer to Blood Baron other than giving it minus counters to Doomwing Giant.
Mm-hmm.
So I really lean on Elspeth every time I've had to play one of those. I'm not sure though. I mean, maybe you can just raise the Blood Baron with the Archangel. I'm not sure.
Yep.
But there are 2 Elspeths in here. Elspeth is insane. Probably the most, objectively powerful card in the format. If you could just start with 1 card in play, I would pick Elspeth of everything that's here right now.
Oh, very true.
So just being able to play her is pretty sweet, and I expect that we'll be doing a lot more of it in next standard whenever that happens. And then we got 4 Mana Blooms. These are just enablers, nothing else. I mean, you can play them on turn 2 and ramp a bit. You get your Eidolon Blossoms on turn 3, and then you have a Mana Bloom to play, which is nice. But they're not.
The other fun part is really with them. I like the ability just to, By the way, we can see your screen.
Yeah, I'm closing it.
We can actually. I like it if you're keeping a kind of shaky hand.
Hmm?
Like you can Mana Bloom on 2, and then keep on your way. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, they can help you, but it's not like this isn't what you want to do. It's not like, oh yeah, I got Mana Bloom on turn 2. I got there. It's mostly just an enabler for your Constellation.
Yep. Nope. I completely agree. So, how's your sideboard fare out?
Well, so we've got the 3 Thoughtseizes. We're not running any main board, and the card is just really good. It's awesome versus like Esper, or I played a Grixis deck today. It's really good there. I mean, there's not much else to say. Thoughtseize is just the scourge of this format. And if you're in black, you should probably run it, unless you're a deck like Jund Monsters. There's also quite a bit of removal in here, so 3 Doomblades. 3 Doomblades, 2 Bile Blights in the sideboard here, as well as 2 Golgari Charms, kind of like pseudo-removal. And again, more for the aggro lists. There's 3 Nyx Fleece Rams, just it's nice that it's a Constellation trigger, so it is an enchantment, which is really relevant. I mean, honestly, there's not much else to say. Like, everybody knows Nyx Fleece Ram. It's really good in that matchup. And then 2 Obsidots for matchups where my guys are dying, or I really just want to be grindy.
Yeah, I actually like Ram. It's a fun card to put in this deck, especially when you're playing that aggro matchup and you just slam that in turn 2 and they look at you and go, what?
Yeah, I went like Carried Nyx Fleece Ram.
Yeah.
In a match today, it was not even close. That guy just might as well have conceded then.
Alright, so now that we got the decks, give me 1 second. I'm going to put the first screen up, our starter screen, just so I get a separation now. I'm trying to make it so we're not just jumping straight into game.
Okay.
So give me 1 second here.
Go for it. I guess while you're doing that, I'll talk about the mana base. It's 4 Temple Melody, 4 Temple Plenty. There's no green or white-black Temple. It's mostly a green-black deck, splashing a bit of white. There's only 6 white mana symbols, so It's essentially the green-black Constellation deck splashing for Elspeth instead of going for the graveyard package. On top of that, there's like shock lands and stuff. There's nothing exciting here. I think he's got 10 shocks. Yeah, there's 10
Yep.
shocks. 4 of a Run Tomb and 3 of each of the others.
Alright, so let me go to that screen. Give me 1 second. And we'll be good to go.
So in tournament practice, let me know when your game is